Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday. Friday. Let's see. It's Friday. Good morning. Waiting to let some people get in here.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Got married to this
Dang, that's who I made my wife. Family, what is good? Happy Friday to you. We are so close to walking into 2025. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I hope you got your goals set up. Hope you got your aspirations set up, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over what the board talks about at the very top. Road to 100K profit. Okay? Road to $100,000 profit in 2025. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up in between the two, positions, right? On the one side, you're going to have the owner operator. On the other side, you're going to have the independent freight dispatcher. Okay? So a little behind the scenes, just in case those do not know. I have a trucking business. I just posted the other day looking for leased owner operators that live in the Texas area. And we also are a freight dispatch company. Okay, so I've had my trucking business since 2016. We have been independent dispatching since 2018. And so now, usually I did it, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago, I broke down the differences in profit margins between both of these positions. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over this today to see which one can make $100,000 in profit in 2025, okay? This is very important for you to understand because a lot of people are going to make some goals. There's a lot of marketing techniques. There's a lot of marketing tactics that sometimes people get bamboozled. The most popular one is 6 figures in 6 months. Right? And they do that a lot of times, especially for trucking businesses. But what we're going to look at is how do you make 100,000 of them things profit? What is profit? Profit is how much you're going to put in your pocket. Gross is the money that's on paper. It's just like when a person says, hey, I got a job and they pay me 6 figures. I make $100,000 a year. Depending on where you live, your tax bracket, all that fancy stuff, you're only going to take home about 70% of that. So even though the job on gross says, hey, 100 bands, just for easy correlation, you actually only make 70. So we're going to look at that in the viewpoint of trucking, and also why one of the reasons why when a person is not a trucker, a person does not come from the background of trucking, the person is not in a family of truckers, we always recommend and teach and help guide you guys to become an independent dispatcher. Now, for those, if y'all want me to go in with this, which I want to do, let me get the likes up, please. Let's try to get to a couple hundred likes, okay? So that we can try to bring some other people in here to teach some people some stuff. Because this type of presentation, these type of things that people do, people pay hundreds of dollars for. And I'm going to break it down for y'all for free this morning. So that way, going into 2025, you can make sure that you should not be one of the people that get bamboozled by gross, which is monopoly money, but you're actually going to fully understand how you going to take home $100,000 of them things. Harvey, what's up, man? If y'all follow me, go follow the dude right there in the chat. My brother right here, Harvey, he goes over his own type of industry. He does a lot of the same thing, telling people what it is. There's no lies, no deception. If you want to come out here and get it from the mud, it's going to take work. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to know your numbers. Okay? You cannot have a business or expect to be successful in business without knowing your numbers, especially if you're trying to quit your job and find out you making half of what you was making at your job. Okay, y'all ready? Somebody put a 1 in the chat. I want 3 people to put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. That's how we're going to go from different principle to different principle, is with chat participation. Let's put a 1 in the chat. Let's get 3 to 5 people to put a 1 in the chat if y'all ready to go over these numbers, so that way we can learn something today, have some conversations today, talk today, and get it going. Okay, let's get it. I don't see any 1s in the chat. Let's get it. I'm going to show y'all how to make 100 bands in trucking profit. Okay, thank you so much for the follows. I'm still waiting for somebody to put it in the chat. Put a number 1 in the chat. That helps the algorithm to bring other people in here, to bring people aware, so people that's in this can ask questions. They can validate if what I'm telling is true and all that. Okay? Let's keep the likes going as well as 1s in the chat. I don't see any 1s in the chat. Did I set the chat up incorrectly? Because sometimes that can happen on TikTok. You can actually turn off the comments without me realizing it. Somebody put a comment in the chat, like a good morning, a hi, so I can know if I need to start this over or not. Please let me know. What is it doing? Because if I do this, I want to make sure I'm answering questions as well as I'm doing it. Oh, we're good. Okay, appreciate you, family. Yeah, I just didn't see none. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure the chat is going. Okay? If y'all ready to learn, put a 1 in the chat. Somebody put a 1 in the chat. So that's 1 comment. We got to get 1 more comment. I'm going to go into it. Okay? Again, the difference between an owner-op, has their own equipment, start their own authority. There we go. Rod, what's up, family? Good morning to you. I appreciate your family, right? Let's get it in. So, what we got to first understand, without going too deep, because I'm trying to make this basic for us, right, is that the difference between an owner-operator and freight dispatcher, first of all, is not only their position, but also what their overhead looks like, okay? So, owner-op, trucking business, insurance, parking, trailer, maintenance, tires, if they hire a dispatcher, right? They got a lot of expenses associated with having a trucking business, right? Some people got a lot of money down. Some people finance everything, right? So that's a question you got to ask for yourself or get with a person to give you a business model, okay? So we're going to start breaking it down. So the owner-operator over here, for us to look at it, the easiest way is look like this, okay? They have expenses, and these expenses are fixed and also variable, okay? Fixed and variable expenses. Fixed is what you pay every single month. It's a fixed number, like your light bill, your mortgage, your rent, fixed. Variable is subject to what happens. How many miles you drive, maintenance, wear and tear, oops, right? That's variables, okay? Fixed and variables, okay? So because of that, what are some of these, okay? Truck note, okay? Insurance, trailer note, parking, okay? These are some things over here that's fixed. Variable cost, fuel, okay? Maintenance, okay? These are a couple of examples. DEF, you know what I'm saying, for my diesel trucks, okay? So, fixed variables. This is what we got to focus on in the first place. So what happens is, a lot of guys in this market, depending on your operating cost. And so the thing about it is every business has different profit margins depending on your expenses, whether they're fixed or variable, right? So because of that, you got to know where your numbers are to know how or how much money you need to make in order to hit these 6 figures. Okay, so because of that, a lot of owner operators, if you go out there and finance everything, because you don't have deep pockets, right? You're looking at a profit margin of 30 to 40%. Okay, somebody put a 30 in the chat. Somebody put the number 30 in the chat before we continue. I want to make sure we got that, okay? It's normally 30 to 40%, depending on the thing. Danielle, what's happening? Good morning to you, beloved, okay? Good morning to you, okay? So we got a 30%, okay? So you remember we said road to 100K, right? So let's say we're going to do the calculator. I'm going to start out with $310,000 times 30%. See what I get. Okay? That's 93,000. 320 times 30%. Now we're at 96, okay? We're at 96. What happened, Amanda? Okay? So let's move it up a little bit because, I mean, that's already going to be too astronomical for most people hitting one truck. So we're going to do 315 times 40%. 126, okay? Because I want to make sure we bring it down. 300,000 times 40%. 120, 275. Maybe it's 275 times 40%. There we go. We're going to use that number, okay? No, it should be 260 then. 260 times 40%. We good enough, okay? So if this person, that's the owner operator driving the truck, they got to make 260,000 gross, right, to hopefully hit 100K. So what we got to do is we got to break this down in a week, okay? Now, what we're going to do is do 260. Somebody put a 260 in the chat. $260,000. Somebody put that in the chat for me, please. Because now we're going to break down the math of how many weeks and how much money is that in a week. Thank you for the likes, okay? 260, okay? Let's get it. 260. Now, the problem is that you're not going to work every week. I know a lot of people don't realize that in trucks. You got maintenance, personal, downtime, issues, oops, holidays, just like anybody else, right? So if a driver is over the road, which means they're gone 3 to 6 weeks at a time, that's how you make that big money, right? They're going to pretty much put up 40 weeks. So 260 divided by 40 is $6,500 every single week, okay? 6,500. So they got to do 6,500 times 40 to hit this number of 260. Okay? Now, do you think every type of equipment can make that happen? What do y'all think? Y'all tell me yes or no. Do you think every type of equipment can make this happen? What do y'all think? Talk to me. Does every equipment type make that? My boy Rod said yes. No, sir. This is a no. Okay? Absolutely not. Okay? So, in order for somebody to hit this, if they're true over the road, excuse me, that means they got to put up 2,500 miles loaded on a regular basis, right? Then on top of that, they got to be hitting roughly $3 a mile. We're going to say $250. Okay? So 2,500 miles loaded, because remember they over the road, times 250 is 6,250. So now we're going to say, let's say 275 times 2,500. Okay? That's a little bit closer. We're going to say 260. 260 times 2,500. There we go. Okay? So this person has to average in their truck $2.60 per mile times 2,500 miles loaded to hit the 65. Okay? The only equipment types that are going to be able to do that in this current market, which is you're going to the load board, talking with brokers, stuff like that, you're going to have 2 equipment types that are traditional. Does anybody know what they are? Somebody guess. It has to be a big truck. But what are the big trucks? Okay? A big truck. Come on, guys, let's keep the likes going, please. Let's just keep running the likes up to keep going. No, ma'am. Drive in, they write about $2 a mile, which is atrocious, right? It's the number one equipment type trailer on the road, and they still only averaging like $2 a mile because these box trucks is really whooping their butt. So what other ones do you think? So now drive in? Nope. Flatbed and tankers. Yeah, we don't want to do tankers, though. We want to keep it traditional, right? So flatbed, a possibility. What other one? Hot shot. No, ma'am. Not even close to that. Big trucks. We're talking about big trucks. Hot shots and box trucks, little trucks. So we got one which is flatbed. Hoppers are doing well. Yeah, hoppers, but that's still more of a specialty equipment. I want to go with the basic, normal type of trailers. The regular type of trailers. Okay? Thank you, Stevie, though. But yeah, we want to keep it basic trailers. Anybody else? So one is flatbed. What else do y'all think? Y'all don't know? Okay, what is the trailer that pulls produce? Yes, reefer. Okay, so the two ones are going to do that have the best possibility, flatbed and reefer, because they can actually manage this rate possibly with good dispatching if they're over the road where they can maintain a $2.60 rate per mile in order to make this happen. So let's recap it. You got to make 260,000 gross. Your profit margin needs to be in here. How do you know that? You got to get somebody to show it to you or help you get this if you don't understand your calculations, because you're going to have these things. Now, please understand, this number at this profit margin is still hoping we don't have any major maintenance. Major maintenance, okay? Which means no breakdowns majorly, no engine, no transmission, nothing crazy. This is, we buy the truck, we run, and everything happens perfectly. We do tires and a little bit of oil changes, but we're not breaking down flywheel, axles, none of that. Please understand that, okay? So this is how you're gonna make 100,000 if that happens for you. This is your possibility, okay? I feel you, man. 260 profit. There you go. Okay, thank you so much. Now, let's look at it from a dispatcher side, okay? So dispatcher's profit margins, right, are usually about 90% if you go out and do the things that you need to do. Now, because of that, there really isn't a lot of expenses associated with being a dispatcher. That's the thing. Because everyone you know has Wi-Fi. Most people have a computer. Okay? Wi-Fi, computer. And the only thing you're really going to be paying for is load boards. But I already explained what you need to do to get load boards in the $9.99 ebook. You want to be a dispatcher, huh? Okay? So because of that, if you go read the ebook, I already tell you what to get load boards. So you may not even have that expense at all. Okay? So because of that, all you got to now do is now do the simple math. So for those who are taking the course, I'm not going to go over it, right? But the goal for you is every truck that you dispatch for, you're trying to make $350 a week. If you can manage this, okay, $350 a week on a regular basis, dispatching 4 trucks, okay? I'm going to do the math, okay? Somebody put a $350 in the chat. $350 in the chat. Okay? Let's put a $350 in the chat. Go and make sure that's our number. Okay, $350. Now, when you do the math, this math is much easier to do, again, because there isn't really any overhead. Okay? So if you do $350 times 6 trucks, 6, okay? $350 times 6 equals $2,100 a week. Okay? Now, unlike this person that takes off a lot, a dispatcher will generally work 50 weeks. 50 weeks, because they're going to be off for generally Thanksgiving week, roughly, and Christmas. A lot of times, some people work through Thanksgiving, just take the day off of Thanksgiving, but then they may take off from like December 23rd to like January 2nd, right? So that's when a lot of dispatchers take off. Now, because of that, that gives us $2,100 a week times 50 weeks. Gives us $105,000. Okay? 2,100 times 50, yes, 105, okay? So, which one, right, do you think is easier to do? Chat. Which one do you think is easier to accomplish? Y'all tell me. Okay, one person, dispatch. Okay. Dispatcher. Okay, yes. So easier is because of your profit margin. Okay? It's easier to do. Now, for you to even think, that's why I want to use this as an illustration, that you wanted to hopefully make $100,000 in your hand, for you to even think that that's possible, you'd have to immediately go get your Class A driver's license, go to school. Then once you get done, you'd have to have enough money saved, $40, $30, $20, $80,000, depending on what you're going to do. You got to have all this money saved up. Then you got to be leaving your house, missing holidays, birthdays for 40 weeks out of the year. 40 weeks out of the year. And you got to make sure your dispatching is on point. You got to run through snow, floods, tornadoes, natural disasters, and you have to do that successfully for one consistent year to touch this, to make this happen. We ain't going into that, okay? You got to reread those laws. That's old stuff, okay? But as long as you go back and reread it, it's not a problem, okay? So, in that regard, the dispatcher, Wi-Fi, computer, load board, if they got to pay for it. 6 trucks, this. Now, the reason why most people will never get this, though, because even though it's easier, by far, they will never get this because they lack education, discipline, and marketing. These 3 things is why most people still never touch this. I deal with this so often with people because even though it's simple, they, number one, don't want to be educated. They don't spend money on their knowledge. They don't invest in themselves. They don't invest in mentorship. They don't take multiple courses they need to. Then discipline. They don't want to make a call. They don't want to wake up. They don't want to go to the truck stop. They don't want to make a website. They don't want to learn how to run Facebook ads. They don't want to learn. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, it's different, right? Okay. And then marketing. You have to be reaching out to hundreds of thousands of carriers every single month, like clockwork, to make sure that you're always going to be able to maintain 6 on the road. You got to know how to sell. You got to know how to do a multitude of things. That's right, lazy. Okay? We go over everything. Everything that you need to know to be a dispatcher, we have on our website. Okay? Now, this, whether you're going to do it or not, is what it's going to look like to make a road to 100K. Now, what to make this be beautiful, okay, this is what we're going to do to make it look beautiful, okay, is that what you got to do is one person needs to be here. Let's say that's the husband or boyfriend traditionally. Then you got a wife over here doing the admin. And they work together. This person make 100. This person make 100. And now we got 200. Now, for me, this would seem like common sense. Like, common sense. One person drive, other person supporting. This person helps this person with leads, talking to trucks, talking to carriers. And they work together, and now you guys can make 200. But people don't ever do this successfully. Okay? So successfully, people don't do this because they cannot come together. So when you go look at statistics, this is what y'all need to go do. Go look up in Google. Google is our friend, or AI, right? Go Google how many people or what percentage of the population in the United States actually makes $200,000 a year. And this could be a couple, best friends, a brother and sister, cousins, One person does this, another person that, and they work together, and you could do this for 5 years, and y'all can literally put up $1 million together. You see that? Okay. Now I showed it to you. So now somebody can't say, I didn't know. I didn't know. Now the issue with entrepreneurship is people's ability to now go do. So it doesn't matter if I explained it to you. If you don't have the education, if you don't have the wherewithal, if you're not going to go out here and risk it, leave the family, sacrifice, if you're not going to be disciplined, if you're not going to learn skills, because entrepreneurs got to have skills, okay, and then going from there, okay? That's what it looks like, okay? So I'm going to do like 5 minutes of questions. Then I'm going to take this to Instagram and do the same thing, but I already wrote it for y'all. Because I'm going to take this and put it on the YouTube. Hit the link in the bio, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, because I'm going to start putting longer content on here. I'm not going to do as much going lives as I did last year, by no means, because I'm making more content for my school platform, more YouTube stuff that I'm going to be doing, and LinkedIn. So I will not be on TikTok like I have been previously, but every now and again I might come, I'll do some stuff like this. But Instagram, I probably would still do a little bit, just because it's like, I mean, it's just not the same as it used to be. Okay, yes, they do. Let's go back up. So drop questions. There's a lot more steering wheel holders than dispatchers, 100%. Okay, the startup capital for Hotshot is big much. No, it is not. The Hotshot is probably the least amount of capital you're going to have to come up with than any other equipment type, because when you go get the truck, you literally, if you get a 1, 2, 3 series, that's what we're going to say, because you got Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge. If you get 1, 2, 3 series, these are considered residential trucks or personal trucks. So if your credit is halfway decent, you can go get a truck and put $0 down. You can go get a trailer, put maybe $500 down if you finance it, and all you got to do is pay for your load securement, which may be another $2,000 to $3,000. If you try to go get a box truck, and you got to get that financed, you got to put down 20%. You go get a big truck, 15, 20%. That's when people got to have some capital. But to be in business in general, you got to have some capital unless you're going to be a dispatcher. When is the next available dispatch class? The next class is January 20th through the 24th. And I was messaging people just yesterday, because this is the first Black Friday we've ever had. The first one where immediately when we did the courses, we didn't sell out. So I still have 3 spots available. People bought a lot of stuff, went on to school, ebooks. I mean, we sold a lot of stuff, but I was shocked that people didn't do that. So I still kept the price on the website the same, right? You're only going to pay $2,000 to come for the week, because I really don't like doing like advertising and get people in the group for Black Friday pricing. And so I'm trying to get people a discount to come to us, because if people been following us for a whole year and they want to get this business off the ground, I'd rather try to reward them for Black Friday. But if not, when I start running ads, I'm going to make it regular price. So yes, the next class is January 20th through the 24th. So if you want to come, you need to reach out. We do a down payment. Of course, we can do payment plans, or you pay all of it. If you reach out and the price is $2,000, we can send you invoice. You got to pay $1,000 now to reserve your seat. And then you can pay the other $1,000 at the top of the year in January. But because we have a lot of fraudulent stuff going on the last couple of months, we're going to make you send the money through Zelle. And that's because people have been acting really stupid and scamming on our websites. And so that messes up for people that are honest. Okay? Any other questions? Let's do a couple more questions and we'll go in from there. Yes, it is steep, because having a trucking business is a high risk thing, right? And the people that are betting on you and risking on you, they need to make sure that they get compensated, especially when the failure rate is 80% in trucking. Okay? Any other questions? Come on, shoot them out. Well, I'm going to let y'all make it for the day. I'm going to cut the video short. Let's take another 1 minute, see if anybody has any questions. Because I need to get my day started and run over to Instagram. If you want to go watch it on Instagram, see if people talk on that side, then go follow us on Instagram. Same plug. Almost the same thing at the very top here. Or also go follow on the YouTube channel. Everything you need is link in the bio. If you want to discuss dispatch training, click the link in the bio, get on my calendar for today, and I will call you today and we can discuss. And I got a lot of messages, golly. I hate the messages. I want somebody to just get on the phone, just talk about it. Okay? In that week, there is no certifications for dispatchers. You take the education and then you start booking freight. So people that do this whole certificate, it means nothing. Okay? So do y'all want me to explain what you get if you come to me in person? You want me to explain what happens over the 5 days? Y'all let me know, and I'll do that before I get off of here. I can explain what happens over the 5 days so y'all understand. Because about half our people end up getting a carrier while they're in the course. Yes, okay. Man, Marcel, those type, you right here, when y'all see it right here, right, looking to switch, they make some of the best dispatchers. Because there's so many new people coming in the industry. Your knowledge as being a truck driver is a blessing to new owner ops that really don't know, you know what I mean? So that's really how it is. Okay, so here we go. So, because let me explain it. So, Monday and Tuesday are dedicated for education. Monday and Tuesday, okay? You come in, we go over 8 hours a day. Classroom setting, computer, asking questions. We go over the curriculum. Monday you get homework. We come in Tuesday, do the homework. We have classrooms. I can show y'all the office y'all want me to. We're gonna put you in our 2 different classrooms, chalkboard, coming to the front, all traditional way of teaching we're gonna do for 2 whole days, okay? Then Wednesday comes, we're gonna take everything that we've just taught you for Monday and Tuesday, and now we're gonna put it into practice on Wednesday. Wednesday is we get on the phone, and now you're actually talking to brokers, filling out packets, having the conversations, sending it over email. They reach back out to you. We teach you how to get set up with brokers first for a carrier. Then you go to lunch, come back. The latter part of Wednesday, now what we're doing, okay, is now we're walking through how to book freight in real time. We have 50 trucks in our dispatch company. So now if you want to do reefer, flatbed, drive-in, box, or whatever you're going to do, now what we're going to do is now put you in a position where now you're going to get on a load board with one of my dispatchers sitting next to you, and they're going to tell you about their carriers, what their preferences are, how they run, whatever, and now you try to book freight in real time. So when you guys see people dancing and little stuff like that, that's kind of something we do traditionally, is that when you book your first load, we want to celebrate with you because now you basically made me money. Now we want you to go home and make money for you and your family, okay? That's Wednesday. Thursday, we try to book loads again for majority of the day because that's how you're going to make your money. So you need the most practice on trying to book freight. Then for 2 hours on Thursday, we pull you aside and we put you on the phone with carriers that, number one, we're going to have some that are like warm leads, people who got questions about dispatching. They may be looking for a dispatcher. And then we're going to do some cold calling because a lot of people may not understand or have money for marketing. So we're going to teach them how to cold call. We're going to tell them how to pitch, all that good stuff. And about 50% of the time, people end up getting a carrier Thursday and they start running them Monday because we're trying to put you in business. That's Thursday. Friday comes, and now we have a recap of the whole day. We teach you how to get paid, set up invoicing systems. Sometimes people get a carrier agreement back on Friday. We help them get set up their binder, all that good stuff. Go to the website, and I discount the website tremendously for other resources that people may need on Friday, and then they leave at probably about 2 o'clock on Friday. Okay? So every day is 9 to 6, Monday through Friday. And then on Friday, we usually get out by 2 because a lot of people fly into us. So we want them to be able to leave, go to the hotel, get to the airport because we're in Houston, Texas, and be able to get out of there. Okay, so I'll probably say 70% of people that take the course fly into us from other places in the United States because we're the only people that teach like this. Just so we clear. Okay? Any other questions? Yeah, so catch a flight. We had I probably said the most people that have caught flights that come to us live in Georgia. By far. Georgia, New Jersey, the Carolinas. Yeah. Definitely, especially North Carolina. We have so many people come from North Carolina. What's happening, beloved? Thank you so much for tapping in, okay? So I'm gonna let y'all go. If y'all missed something and y'all want to hear it again, because I'm gonna make it shorter when I go to Instagram, go follow us on Dispatching, okay? And a dispatching if it's difficult, it's just the tools. Exactly. Griff is 100% correct. Can I do it? Yes, I already put I already have the ebook on the website. It goes over all that stuff. How you want to be a dispatcher? It's only $9.99. It's like 20 some pages ebook that goes over everything and what it looks like to run a dispatch business right now in 2024 and what it's going to look like in 2025. Because a lot of people listen to stuff of courses that was published in 2020, 2021. A lot of things have changed. How much is the course? Get on my calendar. We're going to talk about it. Okay? Because I got it on sale for $2,000, but, you know, if somebody were to pull the trigger today, I might do $1,750. Okay? But they got to lock in. Like, this will be today's price. I may be nice and extend it to Monday or something, because I think on Monday I'm going to start running ads. And when I start running ads on Monday, I'm going to make it $3,000 again. The class is for 1 week, Monday through Friday, January 20th through the 24th. It is for 1 whole week. One whole week, Monday through Friday. God, tell them, Danielle. Trying to tell you. So people that know how we do, they know. If you know, you know. And we got people that's new, struggling, owner-operators who got multiple trucks, dispatchers who only have 2 or 3 carriers because they don't know how to scale. We have all type of walks of people that come here, learn the curriculum, turn around, leave, and they start killing it. Our most recent person was a shipper, and she was a shipper for 10 years, and she came, and now she out here running the play. Okay? Well, grace and peace to y'all. Good luck. Again, if you want to see it again because you missed something, I'm going to go to Instagram and run it, but I'm going to keep the words up here so it's going to be much faster, okay? Appreciate y'all. Questions? Hit the link in the bio. Go to the website and get on the Calendly, okay? Calendly. It's a 10-minute call for free so I can answer all your questions. You might have something different that I can't go here just because, like, the inbox is annoying, right? So go hit the link. Go to my website. When you get to the website, it's a very, yes, ma'am. Yeah. So you click the website, go to it. At the very bottom of the website, it has like a little orange button that says Calendly. Click the Calendly and then go. You said hiring? What do you mean hiring? Yeah, I just hired another dispatcher yesterday. They filled out their contract late last night. And so she's in Wisconsin. She has experience. And so that's going to be my 6th dispatcher, I think. I let one girl go. Yeah, I think it's going to be 6. And I probably will bring on somebody else in like February, I think. Yeah, somebody else going to be. Yeah, but I just hired her literally yesterday. We had the onboarding call. But she has experience and all that. So lately I've been doing people that got experience. She's in my school group. And so I went and brought her in. And so she has a couple years of experience. I don't got your number. Call me. What you doing? You got to call me. Okay, but anyway, grace and peace to y'all, right? If whatever you do, do it. 2025 coming, right? All that kind of stuff. You accept Snap or PayPal. Snap. What you talking about Snap? Snap or Cash App? I'm a Meta. Okay. I mean, if anything, if you going to put the deposit up front, because I'm telling you, there's some fraudulent crap going on. It always happens at this time of year. If a person will put half the money up front and then try to pay later in January, they got to pay through Zelle. Because we're not doing all this trying to fight charges, and it's crazy because I'm telling people that the spots are booked, then they do some weird stuff, so they're going to have to pay through Zelle. You can go back and look. We've been doing this for 5 years. This is not fly-by-night. I've done podcasts. You can Google me. So I'm not no scam. Under people be telling me, I thought I was a scam. Man, come on. Do your research, okay? So any last questions I can answer for y'all? So we got 3 spots. So whoever pays first is going to get the spot. After that, I'll be like, I'm sorry. You got to wait till April. April, I'm not doing any discounts. You're very welcome. April, regular price, 3 bands. So now's the opportunity. Now. Talk to y'all later.